Hello, my fellow patient viewers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 37. The ship is nearly ready. So I think, for now, I'm going to cancel this. You auto task. I'm going to cancel those floor tasks, knowing that I'll lock these doors, knowing that they're to be done in the future. I know the furniture store has floors, but doesn't have enough floors to finish this project. So door, access lock. Let's do a come on. Oh, that wasn't the combo. You tricked me. Locked. I could do a factory reset, but I don't care. Nope. Go out here. Orders. Floor. Cancel. Because we didn't have them. So these will be, like, maintenance, outside maintenance hatches eventually. But it'll take a minute to do. Locked. So now we won't use them. Because they're not airlocked. They're not air-gapped. Alright. We do need to set up where our thrusters are going to go. And heaters and things like that. Batteries. There's still more stuff to be installed. But we have a nice large section in the front, which is going to be a very generous amount of space for salvaging stuff. Making salvaging easier. Oh my god. What? Fine. Factory reset. He's already proving to me that I need a factory reset. Because I have no way to get out there without punching a hole in the wall. The reason a factory reset is it allows you to, when you access lock, rather than to hack, you can go 0000 unlock. Your NPCs won't do that, but like you can as the player. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to move this thruster, because I don't want thrusters in the front. But then my character was like, haha, and uninstalled it and somehow shoved it outdoors. Magic. All right, let's do heater on install, because again, don't want anything in the front. And I think... Actually, you know what? I might install heaters here. Next to the bins. So, some alarms are going to get sounded here, but that's fine. Oops, what did I just tell you to do? Whatever it was, don't. Because, yeah, dismantle. Don't want you to dismantle it. So, alright, we have heaters. I'm going to check back on the ship rating, because I wanted to demonstrate why I didn't want to leave the reactor the way it was. And where do we put this sink? Right where the bin is, that works. Alright. Coolers. Sometimes your coolers, when you install the coolers, like, you need to install it from the outside. So before we start vacuum sealing everything, getting the coolers in at a time would be nice. And I'm planning on putting the coolers, maybe 3 coolers in around where the reactor is. No, stop dismantling. One here. Because your reactor produces a lot of heat. It's probably not going to kill you, but like, you definitely want at least a cooler to counteract a reactor. And if you don't have more than one, it will get uncomfortably hot if your reactor's running a while. So I like to have a bunch of, oh god, context menus. I like to have a bunch of coolers around the reactor for that reason. Plus, if you're ever moving hot cargo, the coolers will be a godsend moving hot cargo. So I might aim for 4 total coolers to be able to counter hot cargo and reactor heat. Possibly even 5. I know it sounds overkill, but truly, coolers are I've died from heat stroke before from moving hot cargo and not having enough coolers. It was embarrassing. I tried to put on my suit. It was too late. I just croaked. Oh, you idiot. What are you doing? He was like, oh, let me measure from the outside. All right, so we have coolers, we have heaters. They aren't hooked up to a thermostat. So now I want to take a moment. What is Megan doing anyway? I want to take a moment to show you why I would probably want to isolate the reactor room. If you're going to recreate, how about we start to sleep in shifts? There might not truly be reasonable things for her to do right now. So, if she's standing around staring at the gaming terminals, I'm going to have her sleep. So it is 8:30. Good night. Why not vacuum the reactor? You could. There's a bunch of different good reasons not to. One is, in order to turn on your reactor, you have to walk to your reactor. In order to maintain your reactor, you have to be in a suit. If your reactor's in a vacuum, like if I'm unconscious or whatever, and Megan's the only one working, if she has to be in a suit working on the reactor, she's going to work at half speed. That would be a really good reason. Is she allowed to disembark? She's scheduled to sleep. She'll be asleep. It's fine. So ship rating in progress. So here's why. We have an airlock, a reactor room, which is the entire ship, and a bridge, which is open. So if we open up the rooms overlay, take a look at the right side, the value modifier. A reactor room's value modifier is 1.6. So everything installed in basically my entire ship will be valued at 60% higher. So enclosing the reactor so it has the minimum amount of stuff within it will prevent my ship from being overvalued, because reactor room valuations are higher than most. Can we make Megan full speed in a ship? In a suit? She just needs experience working in EVA suits. So like, yes, but it might take a while. Because that's not a skill that is easy to grind. It's why when I started this, oh, and also let's go, so that you see exactly what I'm talking about, let's enclose a reactor and check the price. So I'm going to check the price before and after enclosing it. So yeah, if you start a new character, I highly suggest you start with the EVA suit skill, because it sucks crazy bad to grind. So kneeling only before Yoda already sells for 2 mil. 2.02. We bought it for 600,000. Obviously, I put a lot of sweat equity into it, but it has a full. What's funny actually right now is I don't even think it's pressurized. So yeah, it's like devalued on top of that. No, it shouldn't be, because it's technically a reactor room. Does reactor rooms require pressurization? Yes. Huh. That'd be another way to devalue the reactor. But all right, let's enclose it. And for this enclosing, I think I'm going to use regular doors. Rather than the access hatches. What sucks is where my aux cans are, they'll probably have to move for the turbo pumps. If I want it symmetrical, which I do. So I'm going to move them. Oh, yeah, there's still stuff at the sundries. I know that much. Because I don't have the other bin yet. Might need to reload. My character's having a real hard time doing simple things. Oh, is that back? Oh, I think this is just backwards. Install. Yeah, it was just backwards. I'm planning on putting the pumps like here. Yeah, here and here. Or I could put both of them right where the toilet is. Nah, I'll do more symmetrical. I'm an impressive ship restorer? I don't know about that. I'd like to think so, but I don't know about that. Okay, so the vents are done. This bin needs to move. Oh, come on, drag that. I might need to reload the game. Walls. So we are going to install walls 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a bunch of walls nearby, so I didn't feel the need to dolly them in or whatever. And I just wanted to do this to demonstrate the effective power of rooms. Now I want cables. Let's just grab some. Oh god, I have a backpack full of them. Okay, that's easy. And install all brights. All the way across. I increased the ship's value ×3. Yeah, but I didn't want to. The goal was to have a nice ship that wasn't valued too highly. So I failed at my job. Okay. So now we have a reactor room that is actually isolated. The other room is probably going to be engineering, I think. But let's go check. I can probably open up the overlay and calculate it myself, but I can just as easily run over to the revaluation because this is the price difference is what I wanted to demonstrate. So, ship rating. Rate the ship. I really like the ship rating. I think it's a pretty cool feature. So, if we take a look, now we have an isolated reactor room. The rest is an engineering room, like I said, because it has these tanks. And as a result, sell price has gone down. Not by much, but it has gone down. And it went down after installing doors and walls. And that's because engineering rooms have a modifier of 1.4. Reactor rooms have a modifier of 1.6. I might want to... So engineering rooms don't have any forbiddens. So it's going to be hard to isolate the tanks that I have there to devalue them as well. But that's just what I want to demonstrate, that you can use the room's calculations to improve or to to value or devalue your ship. 300k, will that drastically reduce pirates? Very possibly. There's kind of like a threshold which triggers pirates. You also have to consider that a huge amount of the value of the ship right now is just a bunch of junk that's on the ship that I'm going to eventually get rid of, right? So the ship in its current state isn't even what it will be, because there's a bunch of free-floating stuff to be sold on it. But yeah, it took a hit. It definitely took a hit. In terms of value. And that's one of the reasons why you might see like random your helium tanks and stuff just like on floors outside of your entire ship. It's so that you can avoid the high valuations. I'm trying to think at this point, what do I need? So I need to hook up the CO2. Why can't I walk here? Oh, maybe the fusion grade, that might be blocking me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that to one side. It's not great. I don't love that part. I might do it. I might make this look a little weird, but so that it's walkable. Aesthetics be damned, right? I'm trying to make it slightly aesthetically pleasing while fixing the underlying problem. Not looking for suggestions, though. It's really important to be able to walk around the whole thing so that if it needs maintenance or fixing or whatever, you're not like running marathons. So I have the lasers next to the pellet feeders, and then the longer stuff, the capacitor and the fuel regulator, can be in the bottom, I think, where it's pulled out of the way. Hey, Ascendancy! How's it going, man? How has your... I'm guessing it was Dota today? No, Factorio. Oh, sweet. How's your factory, dude? And welcome to a crazy stream of playing Ostranauts trying to set up a fusion ship. Alright, so now it's walkable. Nothing's in the way. I do need more lights. I might space these lights out a bit. Because they seemed... I might be able to get away with just lights here. Oh, you were playing Factorio multiplayer. Cool. Cool. Alright, so this is all laid out. It's still pretty good layout. It's walkable. And now I have a thermostat that I'll put once I pick it up. over here. Cool. So these coolers are going to be hooked up to the thermostat. And once I actually have gas in my ship, this will help to cool down the reactor room. It's a bit overkill, but if I ever have like drone cargo or something like that, it will also be invaluable. And then this door can be left open unless I think there will be a breach back here. The other thing I could do, because the reactor room has a higher valuation, is move the thrusters out of the reactor room, and it will lower the value of the reactor room. Because the thrusters obviously have their own value. They're not a cheap part. Shut up, proximity alarm. I don't care. So to keep the bare minimum of stuff out of the reactor room, I would even go so far as to say maybe 2 of the coolers need to get pulled out of there, and that will lower the cost as well. Because the reactor itself won't need that many coolers, and if that door that I have ever closes, for breach reasons or something like that, I don't want 0 coolers in the rest of the ship. So I think that is a not unwise thing to do, as well. Danny, thank you for the resub. Wow, so many ships are coming to land at here, K-Leg. My proximity alarm is good. Or someone is doing like a jerk flyby, like circling like they have a banner on the back of their ship. Because my proximity alarm is going absolutely bonkers. So yeah, let's go ahead and move 2 of the coolers out of there. So it's 2 coolers for the reactor room, 2 for the rest of the ship. I think that's pretty reasonable. Quantum again for gifted subs. And we're getting pretty close to being able to pull away from K-Leg. I know it's been a while. It's been a lot of labor. Appears fine. This doesn't really take up useful room. Okay. So the reactor room has kind of a roughly minimum amount of stuff it needs. I don't really need heater in there. The textbooks, I'm going to go out of my way to collect and put, maybe for now, just on the floor of the pod that we sleep in, because they're kind of invaluable. I can't replace them. They're irreplaceable, I should say, for now. And then drag some of the... I do still want the CO2 scrubber. And then that means I have to go over to the sundries and start dragging stuff because it didn't go to the barter zone. But we're getting pretty close to the point where I start stocking spare parts in the bay, refueling and like pulling away. So we have yet another cooler here that I could sell at some point. I do need more lights. It's pretty dark. But yeah, things are looking pretty good. Yeah, we have a lot of extra stuff that we can sell. So yeah, let's go drag those sundries things over before I forget that happened. Turtle, thank you for the bits for the train. And I didn't actually properly give you a... Oh no, I did give you a shout out. Good. Get a little absent-minded at like hour 10 apparently. Might want to do a bit of a reboot though. Will I need a thermostat outside of the reactor room? Eventually, yeah. There's a lot of things that like I could use. I don't care. I actually want to resell. I forgot I had a sink, so I'm going to sell this sink. I'm going for good enough. The TLDR is like, this game takes enough of my focus that it's really hard for me to read a long list of like, a long wish list in chat without my brain getting fried. So I'm just focusing. I'm just like, just doing what I'm doing. I can't incorporate more. It's not working for me. I wish. But it's like, there's too many tasks that need managing. So managing a long wish list from chat is just like a bridge too far. Now, ideally, you would have the CO2 scrubber within the cabin, within the like the part of your ship that is like the life pod, if you will. And Dumb Hunter, thank you for the gifted subs. But I don't have space for it, so I'm not going to put it there. Obviously. Well, I could if I push the door out more, but the CO2 scrubber is a 2x3, as I'll show you in a minute. So it would not gently fit in here kind of anywhere unless I really did a lot of revamping, which I don't intend to do. So maybe I'm just going to drop it here and grab the other thing. Think about it. But I don't think we're going to need much more like conduit or floors. So pretty soon here, I can grab the dolly and just vacuum up all the conduit and floors that we have left over that I don't need. I know that we need a few floors and conduits for like the side airlocks. So I'll keep some. How many do I need? Like 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only need like 8 walls for the side airlocks. Not much more than that. So what these auto vents do is they allow free flow of oxygen until it senses that one side of the vent is weird, meaning overpressurized or underpressurized, and then it will seal. So what they're really good at doing is balancing the gases in your ship. But if you have a breach, they will just automatically seal up. Which means that if I put an auto vent here in my survival pod in the center, as long as I don't have a breach anywhere or like some sort of weird temperature thing, it will stay open. But the minute it senses that it's off, it closes. And because I don't have gas outside of my ship right now, it closed automatically, as you just saw. So that's why I bought that auto vent. I could install the CO2 scrubber in the reactor room. It's an expensive part, so maybe I don't want to, though. Did the vendor reset for another air bay? Probably not. All right, at this point, I think hoovering up junk for sale is where I'm at. I'm going to start cleaning out the ship so that we don't have so much trash everywhere. So I think for what I store in my spare parts bay, it will be like 2 heat sinks, 2 motors, 2 screens, and then 2 motherboards. So I already have the heat sinks, screens, and motherboards, but like all the other, and then maybe like 1 stack of conduit, but everything else can be sold. It's like a stack of aluminum and stack of carbon fiber, and maybe like 2 stacks of the other repair stuff. But you get the idea, because we don't need a bajillion of everything. That's pointless. Pointless and messy. And anything that's still useful, like obviously the ship loose batteries or the CO2 pressure alarms, things like that, that can stay. That stuff will get installed. So right now it is trash cleanup. Doing new walls for later? Yeah, but walls are not hard to find. So I don't need a king. I'm not really using hatches. I thought I might, but I'm going to sell this hatch because I don't think I need it. Is this fully repaired? Yeah, 99. It's close enough. So we got mechanical parts. I'll do 2 stacks of mechanical parts. I'll do 1 stack, or maybe 2 stacks of carbon fiber, 2 stacks of steel, aluminum, and all that stuff. So let's hoover up the kings. So the actual components that I have, I want to make sure that they're like 100% before selling. There is a open floor here. There's like a hole that I'll need to fill. Guess I missed a spot. The hydras are installed, yes. Some motherboards. Steel we'll probably keep. Conduit we already have. Food. I'm hungry, so actually, let's just eat that. It's not tasty food. Technically, that's a motor I can use. I like how it's conditioned 76%. No way. That's like 7%. I see how trash that is. Can't lie to me. So we're keeping this motor. Everything else in my... Oh no, keep the Ossifex. I can leave 4 of these walls here. I'll leave like 6 walls in K-Leg so that if I need them, I can install them. I don't need them on my boat right now. Megan missed a spot, not me? Yeah, that's fair. I'll dock her pay. Alright, these doors are 100%. I'm just going to sell them. We'll want... Actually, we want 2 of them. Right? Because we have the other sets of airlocks. So I'll leave the doors here. There's a little bit of extra work that we have yet to do. So the doors and the walls will be for later. So eventually, once we have some more floors, I'll have wall, airlock, wall, filled with floors. So we really only need 4 walls, 6 and 2 airlocks with conduit. But conduit's cheap, so I'm not worried about. And it's always in good supply. Alright, Dolly. Let's keep trash collecting. So one of these doors is not needed. I have extra doors. Checking Megan's needs? Nah, she's sleeping. I don't care. I haven't gotten any warnings that she's dying. It hasn't been that long. Like, compared to a lot of games like this, time elapses slowly. So she's been asleep for like an hour and a half. she went to sleep at 8:30. It's 10. I don't think someone has a life-changing health condition in an hour and a half laying in bed. Like, that's just not how this game works. Alright, I don't need 2 oxygen pressure alarms, so I'll sell one of them. This thruster I'm going to keep. This... Okay, the flask I want to keep too. So that aluminum is spare. And... Mechanical parts. Motor. Okay. The King intake can go. All the ossifex and grab pens I'm keeping. Let's keep rounding up trash. This is literally trash. I don't think that... I don't know whose helmet that is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think she has her helmet here. So this is her stats. She's like a little smelly. Yeah, she has a helmet, so I can sell this helmet. So the things I'm keeping, I'm just gonna litter back on the floor. But we're cleaning up a whole lot of stuff. Okay. There's a little bit more space. There we go. The motherboards in my inventory I'm going to sell too. Let's go dump. That looks right. It's rough making mistakes when you sell things you didn't mean to. So all this I'm keeping. This I am not. I'll keep the bullets, but okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, you can see how many like random parts and components were here on the ship at start. Quite a lot. Because we've been doing a lot of repairs and not buying repair goods. And I still have like, I have just piles and piles and piles of mechanical parts, for instance. But we're almost tidied. We're almost there. Guess I'll store bullets. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're cleaned up, minus like a floor piece. So there's one, oh, there's a poster here that should be uninstalled. There's one Test 49 floor piece that is like missing, I guess. And yeah, the whole value of the ship's probably dropped about 200K. Like, no joke. Maybe not quite that much, but I mean, in the ballpark. Because the evaluation of the part versus what my actual sale price is not the same. So like I sell things on pennies on the dollar, but they can be valued at much higher. So it screws over the player both ways, I guess. Ooh. Where does this battery go? I think I'm going to move this battery charger to be just on the other side of where... Actually... No, I'm going to move the heaters. I want the suit charger closer to the front of the ship. It is looking pretty good now. Two heaters probably overkill. I've never had a problem keeping the ship warm. I've only had a problem keeping the ship cold. But a heater's value is not very high, so like having two of them isn't going to make pirates try to murder me, I don't think. Oh, come on. Timer. All right. If that's the case, pick... Nope, not inventory. Pick this up. And install on the other... Oh, no. Try again. Install on the other side. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 11th and January 12th as a marathon, continuing where we left off in the December marathon of Ostranauts as well. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, people that turned out to join in on the marathon, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow astronauts.